Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the bill, as amended, is passed.
Senate Democrats just passed what they're calling
the boldest climate package in U.S. history.
One key way they hope to reduce greenhouse emissions is by making it cheaper for you to buy an electric car. We crunched the numbers to find out how much you can really save on gas. Plus,
all of a sudden it just stopped working.
Warnings you need to hear before making the switch to electric. Let's dig into it. For so long, buying an electric car, it seemed out of reach, like futuristic stuff, something only a rich person could afford. But new tax credits in the Inflation Reduction Act are bringing the price of some models below $25,000 for the first time, meaning you might really be considering getting an electric vehicle now. I'm Ben Briscoe. We're going to dig into everything you should know before going on a test drive. First up, what are those tax credits making the vehicles cheaper? The Inflation Reduction Act, passed by the Senate yesterday, offers a $7,500 tax credit if you buy a new electric vehicle that was assembled in North America. You can also get $4,000 off a used electric vehicle. The money is a tax credit paid to the manufacturers, so it's going to come right off the cost of the car when you buy it. Again, this is all in the Senate version of the bill. It still has to be passed in the House, but CBS News asked the bill's sponsor.
Do you think there are going to be any changes in the House?
No, I expect it to have smooth sailing.
According to the U.S. Treasury Department and the Department of Energy, it costs about $29 to fill up a tank of gas to drive 200 miles. It only costs about $6 to charge a car to drive that far. Consumer Reports crunched the numbers further, finding you could save $800 to $1,000 a year on fuel, plus more than $4,600 in maintenance and repair costs over the life of the vehicle. But Malik Rankin found in rare cases, there might be a hidden cost if your car's battery goes out.
I was really excited.
17-year-old Avery Sawinski was thrilled to get an electric 2014 Ford Focus.
And it was fine at first. I loved it so much. It was like small and quiet. And just
the car had 60,000 miles on it.
All of a sudden it just stopped working.
Avery says she had it for 6 months before the battery died.
I know that the Ford stopped making the car, but it just is frustrating that they stopped making the battery too. So it left like hundreds of people without a car to use.
Last month, Avery's dad died following a stage 4 colon cancer diagnosis. Her grandfather, Ray Sawinski, stepped up trying to get an electric car battery replacement.
It turns out that this is a pretty common problem with this particular car.
The family bought the used car for $11,000 on Carvana.
The Ford dealership advised us that we could replace the battery. It would only cost $14,000.
And that doesn't include installation costs.
So if you're wondering where that car is now, it's been here at AutoNation for months. Ray Sawinski tells me they've offered to buy the car from him, only offering $500.
Sawinski says he's learned it's not just Ford Focus owners dealing with costly electric car battery replacements.
If you're buying a new one, you have to realize there is no secondhand market out there because the manufacturers aren't supporting the cars.
The Sawinski's message to you: do your research before buying electric. They warn it may cost you far more than you realize.
According to electric car blog Recurrent, there's a big range in prices to replace an electric battery. We're talking anywhere from nothing if it's under the warranty to 25 or 20 grand. Warranties typically cover if the battery goes out within the first 8 years, longer than the average American keeps a car, right at 5 years or less. And according to Electric Vehicle Connect, the average electric car battery will last around 200,000 miles. So most folks will not have to worry about their battery dying when they have the car. You also don't have to worry about the battery running out of juice when you're on the road. Take a look at all the charging stations across North Carolina. According to Plug-in NC, the map is covered with them, and even more on the way. The president's infrastructure bill passed earlier this year has $7.5 billion to build more EV charging stations all across the nation.
These new EV chargers will use American parts. They'll be installed up and down highway corridors across the country by IBEW workers, and the benefits will ripple out thousands of miles away.
And all the money from the bill should cover up to 500,000 new EV chargers for use by the public. Buying an electric vehicle, you're also going to have to install a charger at your own home. But in my house, for example, it was built in the 1940s. Whenever we plug too much stuff in, the lights start flickering. Similar problems have people online asking if an older home's electrical grid can actually handle charging an electric vehicle. Our Verify team finds out.
Colleen P. in Kannapolis emailed us this question about homes from the 80s and 90s needing electrical updates to accommodate an electric vehicle charger. So the question is, can electric vehicle chargers only go in homes built in the 2000s and later? Our sources, Daniel Hyman, an electrician with All Electric Services, North Carolina, and Stan Cross with the Southern Alliance for Clean Energy. First, let's talk about an at-home EV charger. They look like this and need anywhere between 30 to 60 amps of electricity.
Installing an EV charger is like installing a clothes dryer. So it is a lot of power, but it's not a tremendous amount of power. It's just like your dryer.
Electricians are trained in installing EV chargers. Hyman says they look at how big the home's electrical panel is and what other appliances it's powering.
What is the rest of your utilities in your house? Natural gas or electric, things like that.
Hyman says he has installed electric vehicle chargers in homes from the 80s and 90s.
You can actually put it in because it won't max load the panel. Then you could put a little sub panel for it, next to the panel. And that will just hold that thing.
My home was built in the 70s, and when I installed an EV charger, I had no problem at all. I had plenty of room in the panel box, and everything went smoothly.
So we can verify no, electric vehicle chargers can go in homes built before the 2000s.
They can also be costly. EV chargers can cost somewhere between $400 to $500. You need an electrician to install it. Now, if you have to upgrade your circuit breaker with a new panel for the charger, that's going to be a few $1,000s. Whoa! Talk about a shock to the system. New technology is giving electric vehicles more get up and go than ever before. And the tax credits for you to buy one, they are also on the way. You still have to get approved, though, by the House and signed by the President. Both of those steps are expected to happen sometime this week.